Again. Some steam going on here. Now I'm gonna fold this up. And we're gonna do this under here and over here a little bit. I don't want to do too much because once we do this, we can't go back. Okay, so I moved the bottom up. I'm re-steaming this again. You can see I took the hog rings off the top here. This is concerning. This is I'm stressed out right now. We're shooting a video. We have this stupid wrinkle in the middle of it, and I gotta make sure it comes out without really altering the pattern of the seat here. It's also tough because these have an aluminum backing on here, which is really thin. So if you over tighten it, you're still gonna have a banana effect with the seat there. Okay, we got that steamed up a little bit, and now I'm gonna roll this under, and we're gonna pull this right up here. Doesn't look like it did much. Okay, do a little seam action again. Don't want to go anywhere. I rolled it over, basically took an inch on the top and an inch on the bottom extra over the factory stitching. I honestly don't think there's an issue with TMI's patterning or stitching. I think it's more of an issue with this aluminum seat, and the issue we have is we can't let it go until it's right, so we got to do it. So I'm gonna, now that that's steam, we're just gonna keep massaging the material up here. And I will say, this is, folding it over and making the listings tighter than they come is actually super common. We do it on pretty much every seat we get. And it's getting better, but it's not anywhere near where we need it to be. So I'm gonna try to do the opposite of what we were doing. So we also, not only do we pull the top tighter, we pull the bottom tighter. So I'm gonna steam this. And you can see with each little bit of effort we put in, the seat's getting better. And what's nice about the leather is the leather kind of moves where you put it, which is nice. So now we're going to take it and we're going to massage this down and give it a few slaps. You see people slapping leather, the seat covers a lot. And what that does is it moves it down into the position where you want it. And we're getting there. We are getting there. So what's funny about this one is the guy who brought it to us is kind of a pain, and he went on YouTube and then comes in and tells us how to do our job, tells us how long it's gonna take, and then says the guys that he saw doing it on YouTube didn't do a good job, but he wants it better. But he wants us to do it faster and better. So I thought that's funny. Massage it. Now I didn't even pull the sides yet. I'm just trying to get all of our wrinkles out. When you get wrinkles, you have wrinkles that are this way and this way. If the wrinkles are this way, you pull it this way. If the wrinkles are this way, you pull it this way. We got most of those out just by doing that, and now we have diagonal wrinkles, and we're gonna pull those out by pulling the material when we pull around in the correct direction. We're doing pretty good here. I'm just gonna take my time and just go back and forth. Just take anything we can out of here before we even start hog ringing it around. It's coming out, we're getting there. If you look at that already, we're 1,000 times better. Okay, let's put these in here now. Take a look-see. Grace is trying to be quiet over there, but instead it's probably the most irritating noise in the world. Pulled out a little bit. I'm gonna do the sides just to kind of see where we're at here. A lot of times when you're doing the sides, you're actually spreading it left to right, top to bottom. That helps get rid of your horizontal face wrinkles. Better here, a little bit. A lot of times because you have it pulled tight, even though it's tight, the center doesn't want to move where it needs to be. So with having that tension on there, when you slap it, it'll move the material in the right direction and start getting rid of a lot of those wrinkles, as you can see here. And I know most people at home would be very excited to even get this far on their own. We want to make it right. Now we'll do the same thing on this side. This whole video is probably going to be dedicated to this one backrest. And the reason I'm doing this is I want people to see, not just us jumping through, showing you here we started something and now it's perfect, and not telling you what would need to be done. Because that's no fun. I remember buying suspension parts, kits, and putting them on and feeling like an idiot trying to put them together until you realize that there's no secret tricks to it. It's just hard. Another thing you could do as well is, if you wanted to, it's like you could add like a 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch foam underneath this, because it's possible that some of the foam shrunk over the years a little bit too, and this could be closer to the original pattern. But with their added sew foam that they have on here, it shouldn't be. It should go on pretty good. This side's a little more puckery than the other side. I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna steam this pretty good. Move that material up. I'm squeezing it and rolling it. It's kind of like a momentum, and you're trying to pull the top leather. Now I'm gonna do this opposite thing again, pulling down here. And we're just gonna move that, kind of walk it around. So each step is getting closer. A lot of people probably would just let this roll. They put it in their car, and some upholstery shops would probably even tell you once it's in, you know, if you bolt your seat down, it's gonna bend a little bit and that might come out. But the problem with us is when we give it to our customers, even though they're putting it in, we have to make sure it looks perfect before it leaves. I don't like to send something out and say, oh yeah, in 20 years it'll be better. Well, I would like to say that. I'm gonna try to get these out a little better. I'm sure, you can see those obviously. I'm gonna try to get this out here. This leather's actually pretty thick. Move this seam out a little bit. This seam out a little bit. Smack this a little bit. Working it down. A lot better. I'm gonna work this one out. Some people like the puckeredness in some of the older leather cars. You know, back in the 80s and 90s, some cars actually, they had a lot of puckers put into them. Style. I think it was the Mitsubishi Galants had them. A lot better. Just gonna move this seam down. This side here. Try to take. What I'm gonna do is take the seam and work the seam. Pull that up and all the leather with that seam. I'm gonna stretch this seam and pull it around, nice and tight. This seam a little bit, even though it's hoggering, the pressure just helps to guide it where you need to go. And then I'm just gonna hold it here and just kind of let the material cool and dry out a little bit. Okay, how we're looking here. We are getting close. Two little puckers on the side here that I don't like. A little bit of wobble on the top we're gonna work out. Same thing, work this up at the seam. I'm just gonna pull this and hold it here for a little bit, kind of let it just chill out on its own. I'm gonna chillax. I'm gonna take a nap. And the seam. And the seam, we'll hold it there, let it relax. Let it cool off. Let it find its little happy place. And steam it, and steam it, and steam it. Same thing here, we'll pull this. Pull it down there, I'm gonna pull this up here, and we're just gonna hold it again and let it relax. Just chill out, see? You just relax. Take your time and chill out. A little bit of wobbles up here. I'm just gonna steam this out. Some of these wobbles come because we had to pull it really tight on the top. Now once you get this nice and warm, not too warm, but just warm enough. I'm gonna kind of just lightly massage this back and forth, get rid of the bumpies. Okay, so I'm just gonna clean this off and we're gonna condition it and I'll show you what it looks like. Get all my paw prints off here. Good. Now we're gonna put a little conditioner on here. What I noticed with leather conditioners, anything that leaves it shiny is bad. You want it to leave it clean and uniform. Cleaner actually works a little better than the stuff I just used because that cleaner actually gives it a little bit of a shininess that you have to kind of dry off. Okay, so here is the seat. So you can see what I was talking about here. Just a little bit of which I could keep steaming this and play with this. But I know it's, you know, you just touch it. It's leather, you touch it and it's gonna have some markings on it. And it's not a show car. It's just gonna be a really nice car. And then you could look here and see what I was talking about. You could almost see where the creases were from the material just being creased. Those will come out. Those are just actually from the material just being folded. And they're actually, the camera shows it a lot more than you could actually see it in real life. Over here, same thing, you see a little bit of a pucker. And that's it. So this is one of the TMI kits installed just for the rear backrest of a, I think it's a 90 or 91 Mustang.